he did not work anymore. Like his car crashed, and he started complaining of back pains, headaches, and
A private car.
Yeah, he had a car, the one that he was using, but I guess it was, I didn't really get it exactly. Yeah, but he was using it. So when Dad had that, I was really despaired, because even it started to
That situation, nobody now was coming to his rescue.
Like literally nobody was coming. He would make calls, nobody would answer him. Friends started to diss him, and I'm like, no, he deserves respect, and I'm going to give him that respect. Although I was getting tired of life, although I was getting to a point like I would want to kill myself, I would want to end my life, but the purpose I would have to push is my dad. I would have to show him that. So there was this day I came from school, nikapata mlango imefungwa, like the landlord, the rent had not been paid. So I was like, wow, now what am I going to do?
At least you used to get home unajicomfort huko, now the house is closed.
Exactly. I felt like, wow, if I stay here, people are just going to look at me, mock me, and everything. So what I did, I don't have the money needed for me to like cater for my KCSE. Like there's some things you're supposed to buy for the KCSE.
Like, the bond, the geometrical set, everything.
Exactly. And there's some apparatus that my school does not have, and an individual is supposed to buy them. So like we're supposed to buy them. Mimi sina kabisa. I don't have any hope on where to get them, because my dad is still in the same position. Nothing has changed.
Hello sasa. Okay, mi naitwa Masi. Huwa naweza kuketi chini na watu niwasikize, ana kuwapea that platform watu wawasikize, because watu wanapitia through so much, and through kuongea your story inafanya at least weight iko kwa hati natoka, at least inafunza mtu. But hata kabla tuendelee, ningeomba utuambie majina zako ndio tukujue vizuri.
Okay. Mimi ni Esther. Yeah. Nimezaliwa Thika.
Esther nani?
Esther Jenga.
Okay.
Nimezaliwa Thika na nikalelewa tu huko Thika.
Okay. So Esther, maisha yako inaanzia wapi? Pengine utupeleke through like childhood, life yako imekuaje?
Okay, so life yangu more complicated. But to begin with, life was good. Let me just say things took a wild turn when I reached the teenage. Well, I was born with both parents, and we used to live together. Like kila kitu ilikuwa tu poa. I used to live with my mom and my dad. Like every time we would even like have all the family time that we would want. Like everything was so perfect. But just as every family has issues, my family started having issues. My mom and my dad separated. So when they separated, I was still kind of young, but I was matured enough to realize that they will never be back again.
Okay.
So like I just had to take that, and our parents were good enough to let us make the decisions for ourselves. You know, like other parents, I know like some take children to court na kwa mama ndo anafaa ende na watoto, but our parents decided that we should make the decisions for ourselves. So I chose to stay with my dad.
So you just there was a choice between staying with dad or going with mom, eh?
Yeah, you were supposed to make the decision for yourself so that it's not forced. So like I made the decision for myself, and I chose my dad. Not because of favorism or what. I felt like that is where I felt more comfortable, and I felt like that is where I would achieve what I wanted. So I started living with my dad without our mom. My dad never got married again. So like I just had to be there. My dad really loves me and used to like pay for my school fees, do everything for me. Like hakuna kitu ningetisha dad akataa kunipatia. After all, I was the only child he was looking after. So dad Kenya alikuwa anafanya, he used to like sell mashamba and
real estate,
yeah, and also he used to transport some meats, like he used to be a supplier. So there was a time like when I was in Form 1, my dad had an accident.
No, before you even get to Form 1, after this separation ya mom and dad, relationship yako na your mom ilikuwaje, and how was mom doing?
Okay, my relationship with my mom, honestly, after she left, it wasn't so good. Because we used to argue at the time. I was asking her why she left, as in I thought like it was her decision to leave. So like most of the times we were arguing and we never agreed. She later went to somewhere far for a job to Saudi Arabia. But at this point I still felt like she was not doing what I expected her to do as my mom. So I felt like she was just not there for me. But my dad still told me to love her, to look up unto her and everything. So yeah, I patched things up with my mom and we started talking. Though
when she was still in Saudi?
Yeah. So like I will tell her how I feel and all she will do is tell me like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. So that was that.
So if hata kama ulikuwa unakaa na dad, relationship yako na your mom ilirudi sasa vizuri to a point now you can talk, ile pain ulikuwa una feel ama that feeling ya kuwa abandoned na your mom iliisha?
Yeah, like iliisha cause there was a point like I felt like we had these school meetings, people's moms would come. Maybe my dad will be busy somewhere, but I would have nobody to appear for me. And I felt like mom is just not being a right mother for me, but I will not blame her because she was going through a lot. After all, she was really struggling. So when she finally spoke up to me and we talked, I realized that she was hurting and I was just not a right daughter to understand at that point. But later we patched things up and my relationship with my mom got better.
So you are now okay. How many of you now remained with dad? And were you alone with dad or
Okay.
There was another sister or brother?
Okay, when mom and dad separated, mom went with the 2 kids, like, and dad remained with 2. That's myself and my big brother. So my big brother at that point, yeah, he was already in high school, but he was, I guess, in Form 3. So my big brother decided to stay with dad so that because dad was capable of paying his school fees and managing all his bills, and he also did not want to struggle with mom and move around with her. So he decided to be with him. Okay, personally I decided because of the love I have for my dad. So we stayed, and my brother later, after high school, he left, so I remained like I was the only person with my dad there. And yeah, my dad never even for a single day even brought anyone home. Like it was just us.
And by anyone you mean a woman?
Yeah, my dad respected that I was his daughter, and like he never used to bring ladies home or maybe come home drunk. Never used to do that.
So it was now between you, your brother, and your dad. Then the smaller siblings went with mom. Yeah,
but I cannot say it was between me, my brother, and my dad, because I can just say it's between me and my dad, because my brother left like after high school. We were expecting him to stick around, but he left and he started changing. He just let people be themselves. So we just let him be.
How was life now between you and your dad before things took at a different turn?
Okay. Since I was young, I've always loved my dad and I've been always his favorite. But when things started getting tough, as I said earlier, he had an accident. So when he had his accident, like, I don't know, it's not, maybe I was not understanding him vile ilikuwa inafaa. But mi na dad tulianzanga kukosana, maybe arguments and issues. And like as a girl, living with a dad, like it's not that easy of a job.
Yeah.
So like people would come to him and tell him like, you know what, msichana wako atapata mimba, your girl, sijui what, maybe hatamaliza even shule, and I would really be stressed up. So my dad will not get me tuanze hapo, cause my dad angetoka mapema na arudi very late. Sometimes I used to feel insecure because people know that you don't have a mom around you, so they just used to like look at me in a very different way, like ni kama society was just waiting for me so that they could devour me. But dad told me like I had to be strong, but the society still had a way to getting into his head, because tulikuwa tu tunagombana due to things alikuwa anasikia huko nje. Anakuja ananiuliza what's changing, and me was like maybe ni yeye hanielewi, because I do my best, I try my best to be a good daughter, na hakuwa na get. Yeah, so our relationship with my dad had a turn because we were arguing, and that hurts me because as I said, I really love him. So like anytime tungekuwa na arguments, I would even find it like ama maybe I don't deserve to be, ama maybe I made the wrong decision to stick with my dad. But I don't know why, but when I was feeling that my mom was not worth of my love, my dad told me to stick with her and love her. And when I felt the same about my dad, my mom was the one to bring me back to his love. So like I really love that about them, even though they separated. So my mom told me that he's the parent that I have, na yeye hadi akiweza taka hangeweza kuja hapo kuniambia society will say this, society will do this, and even to listen to them. But what she told me is that maybe hataelewa, but what he believes is that the trust he has in me, it's true. So me like vitu nikuwa naamini ni like let them just speak. But kuna kitu moja mimi najua, my dad used to believe like kama unaweza soma, there is no way unaweza kuwa concentrate with two things at the same time. So I always used to do my best to pass my exams.
Okay.
Because of course when I pass, my dad would be like, you don't have time for all these things that people are saying. So like yeah, that will really make him proud, and maybe it's time to connect argument and then I bring my results home, that will change everything. Like even he would forget what we had argued about.
Okay. So life was okay because now you are also a bright student in school, and you are going to a good school.
Yeah. So when I entered high school, things were really good because I felt like this is the life that I wanted. Though I didn't have mom around, dad was the one who admitted me, and I felt like I was his pride and he was happy to have me. So like everything was good, and I had gone to a very good school actually, and dad was managing everything, and I didn't even have a worry in the world. Like I felt like everything was just good and great. So until things changed the following year after high school, that was my second year in high school. My second year in high school, that is in Form 2, things changed because dad had that accident and he did not work anymore. Like his car crashed and he started complaining of back pains, headaches, and his
a private car.
Yeah, he had a car, the one that he was using, but I guess it was, I didn't really get it exactly. Yeah, but he was using it. So when dad had that, I was really despaired because even it started to a point like when I was going back to school, I did not have enough shopping. I made it like, I'll send you the money. So of course I would go back to school, but then
you just tell you to go back to school. You don't have the money, but you believe maybe money will be available later.
Yeah. So like for the trust I had in him, I would go back to school without the shopping, without anything, and they will be like, when I would call him in the middle of the time, I would be like, don't worry, I'll send it. But then
ni ile ya usiogope, soma tu, nitatuma pesa.
Yeah, he'll just give me hope because he never let me to get worried. So like alikuwa tu ananiambia usijali wewe, nitakutumia pesa. Ni nini unataka? Like sometimes he will even ask me to write a list of things I will want, even though he was not going to give them. So like I don't know why I used to do that. Okay, so in that school, it got to a point like after we've gone for the second half term, school fees was kind of burdening for you had not paid that term. So what my dad did, he suggested I got transferred to another school.
Okay.
It really broke my heart because like I loved my school. I loved to be there. And the school I was being transferred to, it was not a big school, or like it was not a school compared to what I was. So I still felt not comfortable, but I was like, I'm still gonna do it. What matters is my grades. Yeah. So I studied, and I still didn't want to disappoint him. But having to go to a day school means like my dad had to see me every day, had to monitor all my actions, and sometimes it's not like wataelewa kile kitu tunafanya. So like some things I used to do maybe hazikuwa zinamfurahisha. So he used to complain a lot, but I was like maybe ni yeye haelewi. So at this point in the day school now, that is when things really got tougher and tougher.
The switch now of lifestyle from a good boarding school to a day school.
Yeah, that is when things took the wildest turn. So all along nimwambia, I didn't have my mom, but I didn't care that much. But hapa time nimefika form 3, that's ndo nimeingia form 3, this day school, things were really tough because I started seeing that my dad will stay kwa nyumba the whole day, no jobs, just there doing nothing. And I'll ask him, Daddy, kwani what's wrong? And he'll say, no, don't worry, ni leo tu. So I'll be like, are you trying to give me hope? Ama are you hiding anything from me?
So when you go to school, unamwacha kwa nyumba, ukirudi unampata kwa nyumba.
Yeah. And I would ask him, but I realized, if there's something I realized about my dad, ni mtu hapendi kuonesha mtoto wake like he's failing.
Yeah.
Like he never wants me to see that. So all he wanted me to see is that he's doing it, like he's really doing it, and I have to believe like he's doing it. It might take time, but he's doing it. So like I'll like maybe nimpate kwa nyumba nimwambie, hey dad, and hey, maybe I'll ask him some question, and then he'll like, I don't want to discuss about this. Maybe ningemwambia, Daddy, there's this project in school, ama Daddy, there's this money, akaniambia, don't worry, we'll talk about that later. Like he will avoid such discussions. Like I don't know, ama alikuwa anaona as if I'm disappointing him or something, but I think I was putting too much pressure on him. So nikaachananga nayo. But at this point, I had realized something. I'd realized that my dad was losing hope, and I was not the person to bring the hope back to him. That I was sure.
How severe was the accident?
It was really bad because he had stayed for like alikaa home for 2 good months with the pain, and then alienda hosi, then he got back. So like it was really impactful, but okay, yeah, he recovered from the injuries, but the marks are still there. Yeah, naseme sasa how deep it went is the one that's still inamuumizanga until today. Yeah.
So after the accident, what happened to the car?
So like what happened to the car is that like by the time alikuanga hosi, he had like he doesn't have anyone else, so he had to pay for his own hospital bills.
Okay.
Even though he's sick, like he had to pay for his own hospital bills. So I guess he sold the car, and when he was trying to buy it, it was taken by someone else already. So like he couldn't get it back. So that is how things were. And mimi, the thing naweza sema ni that kitu nimeona ime break my dad's heart ni kuona he can't provide for me. He can't do it for me. Like, and it's not the fact that hayuko job, that doesn't haunt him. The fact that maybe rent is becoming hard to pay, hizo ziko zinamsumbua as much as alikuwa anaona I'm not in school. Like, my dad, anytime ninge come with a good grade home, he would always call me, that's my university material. Like, that's what he used to say every time. So like, I at least have this thing in me, like I'm my dad's university material. I have to keep on pushing. Like, maybe I didn't get something, maybe I would want to buy something, but I don't have the money. Na sitakuwa na stress. But once I see my school fees is paid and everything regarding my school is catered for, I felt like, yeah, I can do it. So mimi time dad alionanga hawezi, na mimi I saw him starting getting depressed. Maybe he was really not showing it to me, but I could see the signs, the red flags. I started trying to reach out to my mom. I felt like maybe she could talk to him and maybe he would open out. Because, you know, like, of course, dads can't open to daughters. It's not easy. So I tried to talk to my mom. And my mom was like,
perhaps he didn't want you to see that weak side of him.
Exactly. And I realized it. And I did not want to rub it in his face. Like, I can realize it. So what I did is like, nilikuwa namwambia, Daddy, you know what? We're going to make it. The day I'm going to pass that exam, the day I'm going to do this for you. And you'll just to be happy about that. So, me, the hardest part naweza sema is my last year. Because that is when...
From last year?
Yeah. Like, that is when, like, sasa nimeona life imekuwa sasa worse, like worse. Because we had to move out from where we were staying to a smaller house because of the rent. We had to relocate everything. Like, the first thing I told you, it was relocating from schools to a smaller school.
So when you shifted schools, bando hamku move from the house that you people were living?
Yeah. But things got worse that we have to move out to even a smaller house for us to be able to manage the bills. And then, like, I felt bad because, like, you see, like, unaamka unaona dad kwa nyumba. So I always tried my best hadi mimi mwenyewe, maybe I don't have to be in that house so that nisimuone, nisiamini like he's really that desperate. But the more tuliendelea hivyo, it got to a point that maybe sometimes tungekosa some meals, like I'll skip meals. And that's when I started getting worried. I'm like, Daddy, you still saying you're okay? Ako like, we'll still manage, it's just a phase. So me, I'm like, Daddy, how long is this phase going to take? So Dad used to still tell me like, don't worry, it's just for a short period. And I'll be like, sawa. So I started skipping meals like lunch, and I started being sent home frequently. And you see, this is the cheaper school that now I've gone to, but I'm still being sent home. So that started being like, so ilifika to a point that Dad can't give me answers. Dad can't explain himself. So what he decided is to like kupart ways, like akaanza kudrift further na mimi, hataki kuniongelesha, and I felt like maybe he doesn't love me anymore. Because you know, like, he doesn't have answers for me, he doesn't have anything to give. So akaona maybe the best thing ni nimnyamazie. So Daddy started kuninyamazia, haniongeleshi. So we're in a house, but nobody's talking to the other. Like, it was traumatizing because I'm like, I want to tell him a lot, but he's not ready to listen. He's just going to like arusha tu mikono aseme sawa, like really hurts me. So me, after nimeanza kusendiwa home, I had gotten to a point I'm like, maybe I don't really have to finish high school. I mean, like, it's not like it's everything. So Started calling my mom, may give up. Calling her, telling her, Mom, I'm tired. I don't want to go on. And my mom was like, your dad only lives for you, so you have to live for him. So like, I was like, unaniambia I have to live for him, but the fact that I'm struggling, I'm hurting every day, like skipping meals wasn't easy because you see people laughing, you see people eating, and you just live with people all the time when you
especially in a day school, watu naona wakileta wa lunch wakibodo na watu wao.
Exactly, like it really used to hurt me. And honestly, I'd not been a social media person, but I have friends, and my friends used to come to my place when my dad was stable. I would like make lunch for everyone, or maybe like we would like really have a good time together. And my dad, one thing about my dad, angesaidia mtu when he had it, like he would do it with passion. But when he started lacking, I was like, God, mbona yeye angesaidia but nobody's coming to his aid. Yeah, so me I felt like maybe that's how life is. Maybe watu wengine wanafaa saidia na wasiwahi saidiwa.
You could see him helping people, but now when he was in that situation, nobody now was coming to his rescue.
Like literally nobody was coming. He would make calls, nobody would answer him. Friends started to diss him, and I'm like, no, he deserves respect, and I'm going to give him that respect. Although I was getting tired of life, although I was getting to a point like I would want to kill myself, I would want to end my life, but the purpose I would have to push is my dad. I would have to show him that living for me was not useless. Giving birth to me was not useless. Like, I had to push, I had to, like, show him
And the fact that he stood by you all this time.
Yeah, like,
something that also would make you stay irrespective of the situation.
Exactly. So taka ilikuwa ngumu. Mi sikuwa nasikia kuwahi toka hapo. Because anytime, even, okay, sometimes I will go to my mom's place for a visit, like I'll stay there for 3 days. But what was always on my mind is like, who is cooking for my dad? Who is looking after my dad? I was like, I was so worried, like, I just have to be there for him. That's how. So, mimi kitu naweza sema, my hardest part is when it comes to school. So school was my escape route, like it was the only place I felt like everything will be good.
And that was the best way you could make your dad proud.
Exactly.
In school.
And I told you, he would only be happy when he see me with good grades.
Okay.
So, this situation at home, I don't know exactly how, but I started dropping in school, like my grades. After all, like sikuwa na attend classes because nimefukuzwa school fees. I stayed at home for 2 weeks and then I go back. And then I stayed at school for 1 week and they sent me back home. Like, that used to be my journey. Like, I'm always on the road. So I started like getting worse in school. My grades started going down. So my dad was like, he was not expecting that from me. So my grades now became another point, another ground for arguments. Ako like, am I not trying? Mbona upite exam? So I'm like, Dad, you're trying, but you're not getting it. I'm also in a phase that I'm trying to pass over here. But ako like,
the weight is too much.
Yeah, but ako like, you just focus on what you're supposed to. He's like, wewe unafaa usome, mimi kazi yangu ni kutafuta. So kama mimi natafuta, wewe unapata stress ya kazi gani? Si wewe usome upite hiyo mtihani. So those used to be the arguments. And I'm like, I'm not a child to start there. Like, mi si mtoto. Naona una struggle. So there's no way utaniambia ni concentrate and I do it. Like, it's not easy. There's no way utaniambia nitoke nje na nitoke. So I have my own mind. And my mind was not letting me to concentrate. It was like, that's why is my dad struggling so much with me? It's only me. Like, I'll be like, but I'll give myself hope. So at times, there was the third term in Form 3. I stayed at home for a whole term without ever going to school. Like, and it was the time like tulikuwa tuna register for KCSE. So I felt like me nitafanya hii exam, I don't see any hope, I don't see any changes no matter how hard I try. And then my dad started my dad started talking to me and ananiambia, Esther, you know what, hata kama utaenda university, I'll always have a plan for you. And I was like, yeah, I know you always have a plan on me. So there's this, after my dad was jobless and hopeless and despaired, he shifted into gambling. So the little that he had, my dad used to like ananiambia, maybe God wants us to pass out of this phase through a big blessing. So like, no, like huwezi kataza mtu. So like I'll just put all of his money on the gambling, and like sometimes he started to a point like kaanza kutuma, I'm worried, I'm like, hey daddy, are you not gambling too much? Like he used to always bet. I'm like, daddy, do you know the money you're spending on gambling, it could do something else? And ananiambia, yeah, it could do something else, but it will not be enough. So he's always gambling, looking for enough to satisfy our needs.
So the little he gets now, he puts into gambling.
Exactly. Okay. So I felt like, apana, daddy, like this is also not good. Like, you're not giving me what I want, like what I desire. So again, I went to my advisor, who is my mom. I told her, Mom, Dad is gambling too much, and maybe sometimes I did knock some meals due to that. Maybe anapata that small amounts. Instead of shopping, he puts it into gambling. Anasema, Esther, you know, like maybe acha niekele, then we're going to have shopping for the whole week. So we're not going to struggle anymore. I'm like, no matter how hard I try, nimwambie daddy hapana, he'll be like, I'll still do it. Like, can't do anything about it. So yeah, we started arguing about the gambling again. So kaanza kuniambia hapana, mimi ndo sielewi. Kaniambia have less faith. Kaniambia he's just trying to do it for me. Like he started to a point like I saw it like he was really hurting me emotionally, because anytime I tried to discuss anything, he was saying he's doing it for me. Like ningemwambia daddy stop gambling.
Even the bad things, he's doing it for you.
He's doing it so that I can be happy, so that he can do it for me, like so that I can succeed. So I'll be like, daddy, have you ever asked me what I want? And he's like, it doesn't matter what you want. What I want is good for you. So like, yeah, so we had those times. So my dad was like, so I started like kafika to a point shule, because I told you I'm not quite a bad student, so I do perform. So my school had to call my dad up, like, you know, we care about this child, tunataka apite, and after all she gives us good grades.
Yes.
And helps with the school. So why don't you make pledges, you know, like the school stuff? So my dad was like, okay, I'll come. But then hata appear. So the school was like, now they started calling me to the office, and they're like, wananiuliza, do you have a good relationship with your dad? And I'm like, I wish you knew. We're the best. But they're like, mbona tukimuita for your sake akuji, but he used to come for your brother. But you see, he used to come for my brother because at that point he was stable and he was confident on himself. But now I could not tell the school that. Like, he was not coming because he's not confident. So like, you know, after my brother ameenda, like my dad used to like come to school, pay the whole amount of school fees, and then go back home. So like, it was used to be a big deal. But then when it comes to me, my dad hakuwa na appear. Hadi akipigiwa simu na shule, sometimes I will not pick up intentionally. So I felt like, okay, now you're making me be like, ni kama sipendwi. I know you love me, but you're not doing like vile mtu anapenda mtu anaweza fanya.
But anaogopa kukuja because he knows money is needed in school na hana.
Exactly. But you see, the fact that anaweza kuja ongee, and maybe they will listen to him, because wao wenyewe ndo walikuwa wanamuita, because they wanted me to be in school. But dad just didn't have the strength to go to school, like awambie, this is how things are, and I'm going to like try by the end of this period. So kafika to a point the school was kinda really trying its best, but hawangeniweka shule tena, so I had to go home. So when I went home, the people in my area were like, umeacha shule, you've decided to get married. So I'm like, wow. People are always the same. So like,
it's hard being a girl.
Yeah. So people are like, sasa unataka kuolewa, kwa nini uendi shule? So I'm like, I wish you people could know how much I'm struggling, and all you think about is marriage. All you think about is like, I have nothing better to do in my life. So me, I used to like, sometimes I felt like ningetoka tu, and anybody who would dare speak something ill about me, I'll like want to strangle them. But I will hold my peace. So me, it came to a point like sikuwa nataka kutoka hiyo nje. Like I would lock myself in the house, ningekaa tu huko, singetaka kutoka. No matter how many friends come to visit, like your schoolmates will be like, AC, mbona ukam shule? I'll be like, I'll stay at home, and I'll be like, I just come, just give me time, I'm just going through something, I'll be there. But what I knew is that I was not going back to school anytime soon. I felt like that was the end. Mimi sirudi shule tena. So I felt like, now I don't know what I'm going to do in my life, because at that point I was like, let me just wait for 18. I take an ID, I look for a job, maybe I start my life from there. Because I'm below age, I can't work. The person who's supposed to work and provide for me is really struggling, like really much. So I'm like, and this decision that we made tukiwa wadogo, like you choose your mom and you choose your dad, between them, that meant like when you choose your dad, you had to stand with him in everything, and that meant literally everything. So there's no way at at that point, and I'm despaired, I could pack my bags and go to my mom's place. I could not, because of course my mom had moved on with her life. So I did not want to go and be a burden to her, so I had to stick with whatever I was going through. So me at this point, nilikuwa nakaa kwa nyumba. Maybe I didn't eat, I didn't have anything, but ningekaa tu kwa hiyo nyumba, and when my dad comes, kwa like, how are you? Kwa like, niko poa. Meshinda tu poa. So there's like, I would also show him niko strong, like everything is good. So me got to a point like I started crying out loud, because like when the heart becomes too heavy, like when the weight becomes too much, sometimes you just can't do anything but cry. So I started crying out loud, like maybe I'll just do a small thing and cry. My dad is like, why are you crying? I'm like, I just don't know why I'm crying, honestly. I'll cry, and my dad be like, why are you crying? Okay, one thing I know about my dad anachukia kuona weakness. So when he would see the weakness in me, he'll be like, yani you don't believe I can do this for you. So I'll be like, the day I believe it, but I'm getting weak. Like, you don't have to be weak. You have to be strong. This is just a small face. Like, I believe you're stronger than this. You're better than this. So I'll maybe sometimes get calm down, and we will talk, and I will feel better. But it came to a point like, since I felt like maybe my dad is just not getting me anymore. Maybe it's just used to me, like maybe anaonanga tu, maybe I'm still that small girl. So like he's not getting that my feelings are changing. The way I'm growing, I feel different. And I was like, sasa imefika to a point that nobody gets me, and I'm really tired, and I just don't want to talk anymore. So I got to a point like my brother started talking to me, because he was worried. He saw some changes in me, and he was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, now you want to know what's wrong? Like, after everything, now you want to know what's wrong? Like, I felt like I felt like I was at the center, na kila mtu alikuwa ni betray. I felt like everybody was failing me, or maybe everybody was not achieving what they wanted because of me. So I felt like maybe I'm the reason, like maybe I should not be here. Okay, one of the weaknesses I know I have is giving up too fast. So like sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I just wanna give up, like it's done. I have nothing else to live for. Like I'll look at my life and I'm like, you see, my mom already has another daughter, so like it's not like I'm that important. He already has sons, like it's not like I make a difference. I don't even stay with her, it's not like I'll make a difference. I look at my dad and I'm like, of course my sister could come back for him. And I felt like, like si lazima ikuwe ni mimi. So it's not compulsory. I don't have to more pressure on myself. So after like the studies imekuwa too hard, the school imekuwa too complicated, I had to believe in myself na nijiambie I have to study at home. So like you see, after losing hope, my dad still brought it again. So like nikaanza sasa kusoma home.
So kabisa now you were out of school.
Yeah, kabisa I was really out of school.
When was that?
So that was like last year, the third term. So like I was really out of school and I'm like, I'll still manage. So like I used to go to school to like after school hours, I'll get the books from my locker, I'll get the books from my friends, and at night singelala, ningesoma the whole night. And then mchana I will just do the usual, watch and stay there naboeka too, like but usiku I will study exhaustingly, like nisome kabisa. But then there's this day that like my school called me, we had to do the end of year exam, like so that we could go for the next class. So my school called me, come to school and do the exam. So like I had to go. When I was doing the exam, like that's what kept me pushing, because I passed my exam. Like I was not expecting that, given the current trends. Felt like, hey, I don't think I'm going to make it. But the way I managed it, I felt good. I felt like maybe I don't have to be in school. I just have to believe in myself and study as I was doing. So I just felt like kabisa nimeshapita. So I put a stress tena juu ya small things, like fukuzu shule. You're not the first person and you're not going to be the last. So you just have to face your reality and move on. So life kinda took a turn, because the more like sijui naonanga ikiwa complicated, because I feel like life is a circle. When you get at the top, it's when you just lie back to the bottom. Like when I was giving myself hope, now it started to a point, like, as I was growing, I started feeling like I'm not okay. I think maybe I can do something out of this. So I thought of doing a job, I thought of working, I thought of maybe being independent. But that thought like made my dad really mad, because I proposed it to him. I was like, Dad, what if I try working? And he was really pissed. He was like, are you calling me crippled? Do you think I can provide for you?
Oh, that was the beginning of this year.
Yeah, that was easier. So like my dad alikataa kabisa, akaniambia,
you wanted to work so that you can support your school fees.
Yeah. So honestly, I was not working for my school fees. I was working for the food.
Okay.
I wanted to work for the small things.
At least to support a little.
Exactly. But alikata. Akaniambia, you see, like you're still young. Like you're even below the age of the majority. You're below 18. So that was like, you know what? I'm going to do everything in my ability to stop those thoughts from coming to you. So it came to a point, like now I started seeing my dad even trying to put extra pressure. He even started calling relatives he didn't even want to talk to, so that I could not think of working, so that
they can support him.
So that he can support him. So like me, I was like, wow, so dad really cares. Na hizi taka kuniona out there in the world. So and anytime ningekuwa na stress, that will be there for him. So this year when he was starting, I was like, you know what, this is my last year, and honestly I'm going to make it. And no matter how many circumstances, no matter like how many difficulties I'm going to face, this is the year, this is my year. So when the year started, luckily my mom had been kind of stable. So like after I shared with her all my problems, like after I talked to my mom, she gave me some small amounts. So I took it to school. You see, that time I had not been in school. So when the year is starting, I took the amount to school. So like they allowed me to be in school because I brought something. And then you see, my dad has not participated in anything, but nimepeleka that amount na nimesema ni dad. So I didn't want to involve my mom too much because I knew like she was not permanent. So I took the amount nikaambia ni dad, and they were like, okay, you can stay. So I stayed until the half term, and then again the cycle started again. I had to go back home for school fees. Like I felt this at this point, I was not even mad at my dad for not having the money. I was mad at the school for not getting me, like for not trying to know, like, and they see I'm trying. I felt like, you know what, maybe it doesn't matter. So maybe the first from 4 term, the first term, I didn't perform so well. I was weighing myself, and I felt like this is not enough. And then when we entered the second term, things got worse than worse. Like the more unaona unakaribia kufika hapo, like ndo sasa kila kitu inakuwa darker and darker. So there was this day I came from school, nikapata mlango imefungwa. Like the landlord, the rent had not been paid. So I was like, wow, now what am I going to do?
At least you used to get home unajicomfort huko, now the house is closed.
Exactly. And I felt like, wow, because if I stay here, people are just going to look at me, mock me, and everything. So what I did, I took my bags and I went back to school. Like it was at 7 usiku, saa moja. I went back to school. Like of course watoto wote walikuwa wameenda. The only person was the watchman. So like me, I just went back to school. Tema aliniuliza WhatsApp, nikaambia nimerudi kusoma. Like angeniuliza. So I went back. I sat at my locker. I cried. Like I really cried because I'm like, and God. So actually that day morning, nikitoka shule nilikuwa nimeambiwa, tomorrow you better come to school fees ama don't come to school. So nimeambiwa hivyo, and nikitoka home morning I had not had breakfast, and then nimeambiwa hivyo shule, and then when I get home mlango imefungwa. I was like, wow, like can things get any worse? So sasa nimerudi shule, I was crying, like I dozed off kwa locker. At I guess around 10, after nimeenda home, nobody I talked to, sikuongea na mtu. Nilienda tu nikapata mlango imefungwa. I took my bag. I didn't talk to any neighbor. I didn't call my dad nimwambie nyumba imefungwa ama anything. I just went back to school. And I couldn't study, so I cried and slept on my locker. At around 10, I guess watchman alikuwa shasau niko huko. My brother came to school and found me on my locker. And I was like, after did shule sai. And I cried again, like,
because that is the only place you can stay. Hakuna nyumba ishafungwa.
Exactly. So my brother akaniambia because akaniambia sasa alikuwa amenitafuta everywhere, and then his idea came back to school, like it's the only place. Okay, I'm that person, like I don't like sharing my problem with my friends. So I didn't I had friends who stayed around, but singebeba my bags and go to the place and call my dad, nyumba imefungwa. Like I didn't want that. That will be like bad face my dad. So I didn't want to let people know like my dad is not able.
Gotcha.
So what I did is like after nimekaa shule, my brothers come to get me. Niko like umepitia home? Akaniambia nikamwambia si nyumba imefungwa. Akaniambia wewe twende home. So when we went home, my dad had liaised with the landlord and he had promised another date. But that day, because after nimerudi kwa hiyo nyumba, I went to my bed, like nikakaa hapo tu, and I cried. I'm like, I'm really tired. So the morning, Dad asked me to go to school, and this time he had agreed to talk to the school, but I felt like I was weak and I could not get anything. Like I will just not manage it. So I had to stay at home for the day. I was weak, like I felt like So that day I tried to talk to my God. I tried to be like, God, Aki, if you're really here, Aki, I'm tired.
That's one day's last stretch.
Exactly. I'm like, God, just this small push. And I promise, like, when I make it out, I'm gonna thank you. And it's like, okay, maybe God has had me now. And then, okay, the rent for that month was paid. Yeah, my dad managed to pay the rent for that month.
And the school fees?
Nope.
For the second term?
It was not touched.
How did you manage for the second term?
So for the second term, when I went back to school, like the director of my school was kind of, I don't know, maybe had a spirit on that term. He didn't send me home. Okay. He was sending others home, and I swear I had not paid not a single shilling, but I was never sent home.
So you managed now to complete the second term?
Like out of luck, yeah.
Okay.
The second time I was not sent home.
And this time now, because right now you are home, we need to hear how now you are home when other students are in school.
Okay, so lastly, I'm almost finishing school. See, the struggles have still been there, and I've still been surviving and managing. And I was like, no, this is my last push.
So literally the second term fee, nobody paid.
Nobody.
It was just now a lying balance.
Exactly. Okay. So like at this point, like my school lying balance is 70,000.
As we speak.
As you speak.
That is why you are home.
That is why I'm at home.
And you're in Form 4.
I'm in Form 4.
Like, when is KCSE starting?
On the 3rd of November.
And you are home.
And I'm at home.
What did the school say?
So when they were sending me home, okay, they sent me home for the first time. And I went home. And I knew like, unajua kuna zile vitu sasa hadi huwezi shinda umeuliza tena. Like unatumwa home, but unajua ukienda kwa hiyo nyumba ukiingia tu hivi unapata dad kwa nyumba, there's nothing is going to tell you.
Ni kuchange nguo tu na kukaa.
Exactly. So what I did, walinituma home, I didn't go home. So I went, nikakaa tu huko nje out of school, and then I came back. And then I told them like, I didn't find dad at home. But they were like, no, you still have to go home. Endo mngoje huko. Akikuja jioni muongee. So I'm like, sawa. I went at home. It was on a Thursday. On Monday I came back to school. I told them to like, just try and listen to me. Like, I just want to pass this exam. So like, just let me be here. But then I was like, it's not like you're special. The rest of the kids are paying their fees. Like second term hatuku kuongelesha. We thought there was hope. But sasa imefika that term, unatoka shule, who will be paying your school fees? Ukitoka uache hii deni yote, and then what? So I'm like, okay, I get it. You're a school, you have to pay your bills, run the school as it is supposed to. But I'm like, if there was anything I could do, I will do it. But I can do nothing, honestly. So a friend had come to me and akaniambianga there's this kind of job. Let me not quote it, but she was suggesting like, you know, like alikuwa ananiambia okay, I don't know how to put it. Alikuwa ananiambia there's some rich men. Like you can like just befriend them.
Yeah.
And then you'll have some amount you can like go back to school. I mean, like, you get my point. So I was like, what? Have I gotten to this point? My God. So I was like, I might try it. My dad will never know. So the idea hates me like not once or twice. But then I'm like, Apana, I don't have the strength to do that. So like every time we talk to my dad, there are some promises that we always keep to each other. So like there's a promise I kept to him that's, Dad, until I'm done with high school, like this thing I'll not do.
Okay.
I'll respect myself and I'll have my dignity. So I'll be like,
So
as much as it was intruding, I could not do it. I could not bring myself to do it.
so as we speak now, what's your message to someone that is watching you? Because you are in school and it's only you are not in school and it's only 2 weeks to KCSE.
Okay, it's 2 weeks to KCSE. Yeah. So what I can say is that me personally, like my aim since I entered Form 1, honestly, kuongea tu kweli, mimi that day that I entered school, niliambia God, by the time I'm getting out of this school, let me have this grade. Like I specified it, and it's still my aim and it has not changed. And I have dreams that I really want to achieve. And it's not been easy. And I want to pass. I want to make it. I just want to make my dad proud. Like that's the only thing I'm asking for. So if someone is out there and is capable of helping me, then I please do ask for that help. Because mimi tunaweza sema in our family, siwezi sema we're having hospital bills that tumeshindwa kupay. Like I thank God and I appreciate that. Imagine though nimewapea the story na there's no place nimewambia my dad amelala hosi ama he's been like kwa ICU ama myself. We've just been healthy by God's grace. Even though the struggles are really there, I just nataka to, because my school aliniambia I have to pay some amount so that I can go back to school. Sasa within these 2 weeks, I'm supposed to bring some amounts. I also don't have the money needed for me to like cater for my KCSE. Like there's some things you're supposed to buy for the KCSE.
Like the bond, the geometrical set, everything. Exactly.
And there's some apparatus that my school does not have, and an individual is supposed to buy them. So like we're supposed to buy them. Mimi sina kabisa. I don't have any hope on where to get them because my dad is still in the same position. Nothing has changed over the years. And I believe like speaking this out maybe it's going to help me, because I've tried what I can.
Okay.
And I believe like maybe someone amekaa tu hivi anangoja this message and they're going to help me, and I'm really going to be grateful.
Okay.
And I promise if this helps comes, like
you'll do your best.
I'll do my best. Like
okay.
I'll do what I can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, Esther, everything will fall in place, and I believe in people speaking out. I believe in people getting help. I believe that once you speak out, a problem shared is halfway solved. And I wish I could single-handedly do this, because even if it's not that 70K that someone can bring up, there is that 1,500 that we can put together and perhaps now come up with a substantial amount that now will see you return to school and sit for your KCSE. But I believe hope is the answer. So I would like you to share the number that perhaps one can reach you with in terms of going to school and ni contact gani unaweza provide so that one can reach you in case they have any help they can offer?
So if anyone needs to help, one can use this number 0796 036 480.
Ndio.
0796 036 480.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. To anyone out there, you've heard the story, please let's hold her hand so that she can sit for her KCSE and now see the dream that she has always had of making even her dad proud and being someone bigger in the society come true. So please let's support her in whatever way we can, and Esther, everything will be all right. That is my message to you this afternoon, and I believe we will be here someday and we are like, God did it, because I know He will do it for you. He'll do it for your dad and He will do it for your mom. Yeah. Thank you so much for speaking out. I wish you well. And I know in the next 2 weeks you will be in that exam room to fulfill the dream that you've always had of being a successful person.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much and God bless you.